Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. An especially warm welcome to my new subscribers. Hello, thank you for your subscription. There is, as I always say, a lot more to come. So, this is, I think, the first time that I've ever started a film at Utrecht On. If you've seen my previous films, you'll know that this is one of my favourite stopping off places in the Lake District. Normally I stop off here on the way to work. Today I'm on the way home. I've only been doing a half day today, so I'm now on the way home. Beautiful place, don't you think? Lots of fells behind me, Utrecht On itself. Always a nice place to just sit and think. Anyway, there are two topics for conversation in today's film. The first one, let me be brief, is to do with that thing, and you all know it, where you completely misjudge the weather. The forecast said it was going to be warm today, 12 degrees, possibly even 13. It is not. There's also a very sharp breeze, which wasn't in the forecast. So I thought I was dressing accordingly, and more importantly, appropriately. Not the case. I've been cold all day long. I'm favouring this body armour that I bought, I don't know, 18 months ago. And normally 3 or 4 layers underneath is enough to keep me toasty. If I'm riding home late at night from work, I've normally got my down jacket to go over the top. Didn't bring it today. Wish I had. You know that feeling. The second topic of conversation is my fiercest critic and staunchest ally's response to yesterday's film. And I'll come to that when I get back on the motorcycle. Stop recording. Alrighty, let's get moving. It has been a very nice spring day. There's no doubt about that. I've just been a little bit underdressed all day long. I've had a rich and varied day. I've done more riding than I've done work. I had a few people to go and see concerning future work possibilities. I had to go into the kitchen I'm currently working in for a couple of hours just to get prepped up. I really do wish I'd bought my down jacket to go on over this body armour, but I did not. I am feeling the chill now. It's getting on. It's, I think, about 5:30, and at this point I just want to get home. Moving on then to the second topic of conversation for this film. I mentioned just now my fiercest critic and staunchest ally. That is, of course, the magnificent Murgatroyd, the woman that I love deeply and live with, and without whom, it must be said, I would never have got my first YouTube film published. It was only because of her expertise in things computery and internety that I was ever able to gain any kind of mastery over the editing software that I use. So thank you, Murgatroyd, for that. throughout my 13-month journey now on YouTube, she has been always there for me. Every time I ran into a technical problem, she would generally find the solution for me. Forgive me for a moment, I have a very foolish Mini behind me who thinks it's okay to tailgate at 40 miles an hour. That's sorted that out. I'll show you how I deal with tailgating in a video to come. It works, believe me. Back to the Murgatroyd. I got home from work last evening, and once I'd warmed myself up in the bath, it was a very cold ride home. I walked into the bedroom and said to the Murgatroyd, "What did you think of today's film?" What she said shocked me to my core. Now, the Murgatroyd doesn't mince her words. You ask her what she thinks, she'll tell you what she thinks. No holds barred. Here's what she said about yesterday's film, which I thought was pretty damn good. She said, "Mighty Gooey Yogurt," she said, "that," and I'm paraphrasing here only slightly, "was your worst offering for months." I was taken aback somewhat. But the Murgatroyd is somebody whose opinion I respect enormously, and so I wanted to interrogate what she'd said. I wanted to know why she didn't enjoy it. Now, before I go any further with this story, I want to point out that on about 15 different occasions, the Murgatroyd has said, after watching one of my films, "That was actually good." Oh no, she didn't quite say that. No, the best I ordinarily get from the Murgatroyd is, "Yeah, that was okay," or "Yeah, that was alright," and very occasionally she'll go a little bit further. "Oh, don't. Honestly, sheep. Goodness me. This happens every day." I was delayed by 10 minutes earlier on my way into Ambleside by a whole flock of sheep being ferried up the road here, or not ferried, but herded, flocks, I don't know what the word is, up the road here to go into another field. Anyway, that was only 3 of the damn things that have escaped. Yeah, so I'm pleased ordinarily when the Murgatroyd says, "Yeah, that was okay, even good," or sometimes almost good. Well, faint praise is still praise, right? The film in question that I put up yesterday has had nearly 100 views last time I looked. So, yeah, I thought it was a good one. I inquired further of the Murgatroyd as to what she thought was wrong with it. And it would appear that her main objection was that the introduction, the first 30 seconds, where I'm walking towards my motorcycle and getting ready to speak to camera, was, and I quote, preening and self-indulgent. What? Well, that was never my intention, but that's what the Murgatroyd thought. And so I thought, for shits and giggles, I'd put a similar take in today. she'll laugh, mostly at me. Stop recording. Now, I thought that introduction was strong. It took 3 takes to get it the way I wanted it to be. But the Murgatroyd was singularly unimpressed. I pressed her further as to what she thought was wrong with the film. And she reluctantly got involved in the conversation and basically took the whole thing to pieces. She said there was no story. Okay. She said you were swaggering on the way to the motorcycle. She said you never walk around with your hands in your pockets. Well, little does she know, I've lost quite a bit of weight since she was last out in a situation where I was walking around in my leather trousers. And I have to say that if I don't put my hands in my pockets, they start falling down. But maybe she's right, maybe I generally don't walk around with my hands in my pockets. Personally, I think I do, but there we go. And she said that the entire film was all about me. Well, I don't see how that can be true. You know, my films are, at least at one level, all about me, insofar as I'm quite often the only person in them. So what else are they going to be about? But they're also about the motorcycle, they're also about the process of riding, the pure joy that is to be had from riding a motorcycle in a beautiful place. So whilst I always respect the viewpoint of the Murgatroyd, I'm afraid to say, two wheels. Oh, BMW riders, they're not waving. Barely a glance, motherfuckers. I don't know why I wave to those people. Well, you know, some of them wave. Quite a few of them don't. Yeah, I do not agree with the Murgatroyd. I think that yesterday's film stands up. I think it's actually one of my better ones. And I'm only making this film to wind up the Murgatroyd. But tell me what you think. Do I come across as preening? Do I come across as self-indulgent? Well, maybe that stuff's true. Let me know what you think. As far as I'm concerned, with regard to my reasons for doing this, yeah, of course it's all about me. I think I've got a lot to say. I think I've got a valuable contribution to make to the YouTube moto vlogosphere. Personally, I think I'm the most interesting one of us doing this stuff. Though you probably don't. The Murgatroyd thinks I have a huge ego. And as I'm fond of pointing out to her, much of the work that was done in psychology by the man who popularized the term ego has been discredited, and I personally do not accept the existence of ego, or for that matter, id. Anyway, my favourite lay-by, Slobo Lobo, came up with a good one. I am now formally known as the mighty Guru Yogurt, the lay-by lurker. Let me tell you, my friends, when you live in a place as beautiful as this, the lay-bys are worth lurking in. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope I've entertained you. If I have, like and subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll see you in the next one tomorrow. I now want to point out to Slobo Lobo that I've got the voice commands sorted out. Stop recording. Well, I was working all day up until now. God damn it. Amidst the utter beauty and joy that comes from riding one of these machines, there are moments that might truly be described as magical. Here's one of them. The sun is going down over Blackcomb, and I am here in the moment, totally at one with my machine, and it is good to be alive. Cue the music. And look! Daffodils. Spring is upon us. Daffodils. I wandered lonely as a cloud that roams on high o'er vale and hill, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils. I sense a Slobo Lobo moment. Dominance! Ha 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 ha!